How does the partial point scoring system work on the BBE or WiSo entrance exam? Recently I received a question where an applicant was asking if you have an all or nothing system there, so even if you mark one option incorrectly, you get 0 points. That is not the case for the entrance exam. So WU has different scoring systems taking place for different courses within the university itself, right? And there you do have this all or nothing system. We had it once for one of the law courses. It wasn't super nice. So what you see online for other exams is not what's going to be the case for the entrance exam, just to be clear. The way the entrance exam scoring works is that you have a certain number of points for a question. So for a mathematics question, you have 3 points. For an economics question, you have 4 points. And for an English question, you have anywhere between 1 to 3 points, depending on the question. Then you have 5 statements in each question. So you get 20% of the possible question points for each true and false statement you mark correctly as true or as false. You don't get any negative marks, you don't get any deductions for marking something incorrectly. So the main advice here would be to never leave a question blank, because even if you're not sure about the question, at least guess, make an educated guess. And what I can also say here is that the more you study now and the more you prepare now, the more confident you will be with guessing things, because even if it's like one question left, you have 2 minutes, so of course you have to speed it up. Your intuition will be knowledge-based, and then the questions that you're going to be maybe guessing or partially guessing will have a better chance of being correct. The last resort, you just pick all true or all false and hope for the best. Also, I would like to say that making mistakes is fine. You will make mistakes. I had a student get in and then he was reviewing his exam and there was one question completely right. He was like, if I were guessing it, I would have more points than just trying to solve it. So what I would like to advise you here is whenever you start with the parts, so you have economics and mathematics, there each question weighs the same. So let's say a long inequalities question mathematics will weigh the same as a slightly shorter, much easier and nicer question by normal distribution. Because on the exam you have limited time and you should spend as much time as possible on the things that you actually know. So let's say for mathematics, if you spend 4 minutes on a question that you know, you will get much more points, well, in theory, right, compared to a question that you try to solve, let's say inequalities, long one, where like even if you spend an equal amount of time and even more, you will get the same number of points, or maybe not even, because you might get a mistake there. Throughout all these years, even for the top 5 spots, you didn't need to have 100%. You didn't have to be perfect. So my students from the top 5 throughout the years have been very kind to calculate their points and send them to me. And you never need 100%. So what you need to do is you need to be in the top 6 to 10% of applicants. And for that, you need a score ranging between 76% to 86.8% throughout the years. So the historic average is around 80%, and that's what matters. So it's okay to make mistakes, just as long as you don't make, that many of them. I mean, yeah, sounds very obvious, but it's true. So I hope this video was helpful. Save this for later to rewatch before the entrance exam takes place.